Welcome to MacGyver's Workshop, where you never know what we're going to be working on next. If you're not too careful, you just might learn something. Hi there, and welcome to MacGyver's Workshop, where you never know what we're going to be working on next, and if you're not too careful, you just might learn something. This next project we're going to be working on is actually from one of my subscribers here in the Nashville area, and he reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in taking on this, he calls it a 2005, I think it's a 2006, it's a Yamaha Morphous, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. You know, I'm a Matrix fan, so you know, I think Morpheus when I see the writing on this thing. It says it was sold in the United States from 2006 to 2008, I believe. Overseas it was known as the Maxim, Yamaha Maxim. Basically it was it's one of the what they refer to as a maxi scooter, kind of like, you know, your Suzuki Bergman. They have a real long wheelbase, so they tend to ride more comfortably. This one is a 250cc bike. They say it'll do 75 miles an hour. So I agreed to take it on, and we are gonna go through it. I'm gonna treat it as if it were a basket case scenario, because the gentleman told me that there's some wiring issues. I think mice got in there and chewed up the wiring. He brought me some parts that he's certain that it will need, tires, starter, battery, and he also was able to order a complete replacement wiring harness. So we're gonna see what we can do to get this thing working. Now that I'm beyond the whole hand injury debacle, and it's time to get back to work here in the workshop and bring you guys some interesting content. So let's get started. So currently I'm awaiting delivery of a factory service manual for this. I understand that it can be difficult to tear down, and we're pretty much gonna tear it down to bits just to make sure that when we get done with it, that it'll be, you know, running and reliable. And of course, before we even really get to that, we have to determine if it's viable in the first place. So what we'll do is, first off, we'll check the engine area here, and to get to that, we have to open the seat up here. And to do that, you put your key in the ignition, and you just turn the key to the left, and that unlocks the seat. And it looks like somebody, and you have to understand, this is the first time I'm being into this here, so you know, everything I'm seeing here is kind of brand new. And let me bring the other camera around, and let's have a look-see, or let you guys see what I'm seeing. So you have this storage here, and you have storage here, and it looks like someone's already taken the screws out that hold this all in. So I'm gonna hope that there's not a bunch of hornets nests in here anywhere, and get this out of here. Sure is a lot of yucky spider webs. It's like, ew. I believe it's fuel injected. I think that's what the fella said. And like I said, I won't know much more until I get the service manual. There's a lot of preliminary steps we got to go through. You know, we don't want to just be throwing a battery in this thing and cranking it over and letting it rip. If the gas tank is totally full of garbage, and especially if it's fuel injected, you know, we could do some damage if we're not careful. So that could be nasty if it's a metal tank. You know, and it's had gas sitting in it since, I don't know, the last registration on the tag is 2017. So y'all know how lousy our gas is nowadays, where, you know, you can't park your lawnmower over the winter time and not totally ruin your carburetor and have to go back through it. So, oh, that's a metal tank. Ooh, that could be nasty. We're gonna go and see what we can do here. I'm gonna have to clean off around that gas tank where the sender goes down in there, and see what that condition is. So stand by and I'll be right back. All right. And I just cleaned my shop up too, man. I'm about to make a huge mess. Messy. I'm gonna guess that's gonna be an 8mm. Got that. There we go. That was easier than expected. Now, I'm sure that comes off of there some way, somehow, but I really just want to get a peek down in here and see what I'm dealing with in this tank. Really kind of disappointed in the fact that this thing has a metal tank in it. I mean, you kind of think it would have a plastic tank, and that would be a lot nicer for, you know, cleaning it out and all, because metal tank will rot and rust, and then you can't, you know, half the time you can't get them clean, and then you forever got, you know, issues with it picking up trash and stuff. That's no good. Alright, now a moment of truth, eh? Let's see how badly we are here. Oh, holy crap, this thing's full of gas. Okay, so maybe he probably put gas in it and tried to, maybe he tried to start it, I don't know. But the pickup looks good, and I'm going to say this is fuel injected, because that, my friends, is an electric fuel pump. And the tank doesn't look too bad. And the sock doesn't look bad. That's encouraging. We'll see if there's a tank drain on the bottom and drain the fuel out, because it smells old. It's not as bad as I've seen sometimes, to where it's dark and nasty and it's already started rotting the tank and stuff like that, but you can smell it, and it's definitely old. Of course, it's been sitting here quite some time, because when I agreed to take on the project, I told them, I had a lot of work ahead of it, and we might take a while to get to it, and he understood. So I know it's been sitting here probably 6 to 8 months or so, maybe. All right, let's get the spark plug out of here. I'm not sure if this is going to be a 5/8 or a 15 or 14 millimeter. Oh, it's 5/8. That's good. There we are. Well, plug looks pretty good. I think we are at the point where I really need to wait until I can get my hands on that service manual, and we'll go from there. So far, I'm pretty optimistic. I think we can bring this thing back to life, and then of course, we'll do our best to make it pretty as well. So I'm gonna cut the video short here and wait until I get the service manual for this, and then we'll start really getting hot and heavy and tearing this thing down to bits and getting everything cleaned up and refreshed, and hopefully get this thing back running again. So appreciate you watching, and feel free to comment. I do read all the comments as often as I can, and I will usually respond to them as quickly as I can. I do the best I can, being, as I say, this is a working shop, and I also work a day job as well. So you can also reach out to me at MacGyversWorkshop@gmail.com, and you can check us out on our website at www.MacGyversWorkshop.com. And again, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.